Welcome to Nerdarchy, my friends. Nerdarchy's Dave here with
Ted. How you doing?
And remember, for nerds by nerds. So today we want to talk to you guys about Dungeons and Dragons classes, specifically the fighter. Now the fighter is typically viewed as the easiest for a new player to learn.
I swing sword and kill monster. Rawr.
Pretty much, right? But so let's look at the fighter, right? So the fighter, all the way back to the basic set, then first edition advanced, which was second, and third, and then we have
Pathfinder, fourth edition, and now D&D next.
Right, or fifth, or whatever the hell they're calling it. But so traditionally, the fighter has always been, if you get someone new to your table, like you just make them be the fighter, because it was a lot easier than trying to figure out the wizard or the cleric, or even the rogue for that matter. But that being said, there's a lot more to it than that, I believe.
Absolutely. I mean, just think of all of the options. Typically, it's like, yes, the fighter. I'm the meat wall. I'm the living shield. I got a shield. I got a sword. I stab. I cut things.
I stand in front of the mage.
But for every single weapon type that's out there, there's a different fighter. I mean, yeah, there's not a huge difference between, a guy with a sword versus a guy with an axe. They're still gonna, hit stuff and kill things. But, what if you decide you want to go with the ranged fighter? I don't want to do a ranger. I want to be really good at killing something from far away.
Let's examine the fighter over the years for a little bit first.
Sure.
Real quick. First, you had first edition, right? And second edition. Pretty much, there was nothing going on. You really did just hit things. And you ended up getting more attacks than everybody else. But, throughout your levels, there wasn't much change. You got better at hitting things. You got more attacks.
Right.
It wasn't until third edition that fighters really came into their own with the feat system, because the fighter was then the master of the feat. They got the most of them, so you could really flavor your combat system, your style, for that character, or not, for that matter. You just had a lot of options,
right?
Compared to previously. Now you like you said, you could make that archer with your fighter, and no, he's not a ranger, and he would actually be better than the ranger because of the feat selection.
Right, he can get all of the ranged feats. You've got all of your weapon focuses, you've got your specializations. So it's like, yeah, you're going to be a better archer because you might get as a ranger some archery options, but you're not going to get everything that the fighter's going to get. And let's face it, weapon specialization, improved weapon specialization, greater weapon specialization. When your bonuses to damage are getting higher than the actual die of what you're shooting, that can be pretty incredible.
Well, not only that, but when you add to all the feat options for increasing your number of attacks,
yeah,
rapid fire, many shots. So there's that kind of stuff going on as well. And that's just one aspect of the fight. That's just one direction you could take it in. You could be more of a finesse fighter, and fight with a rapier.
Right.
Or you could fight with a rapier and a mangachi if you wanted to. Am I saying it right there? Did I butcher?
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Right. But so the fighter of today has got so many more options. And now 5th edition, I looked through it, and again, there's tons of options for fighting. In 5th edition, I'm not sure what they're doing with feats. They're there, but it's optional.
They're optional, so we'll see when the next section comes out. We'll see what they actually have to say about them.
But but even still, every level you get something interesting, and most of it for the fighter in 5th edition is fightery, as you would expect, combat related. Which is really cool. So it's not that same character it was when I first started playing, where it's not the dummy class anymore. If you guys have your fighter stories or your fighter suggestions, put them in the comments below after you like and subscribe.
Absolutely. You can find us. We're on all the social media, Instagram, Twitter. We got our own website, just nerdarchy.com. Obviously, you're seeing us here on YouTube.
Google Nerdarchy and stuff will come up for us. So until next time, my friends, stay nerd.